May it be an evening star.
It's Sunday morning on CBS, and here again is Anthony Mason.
The song May It Be from the first Lord of the Rings movie won an Oscar nomination for its composer-performer. She's a chorus of one who, as Richard Roth tells us in this reprise, has managed over the years to attract millions of fans.
The song's title was Orinoco Flow, but the world knew it as Sail Away. And 15 years ago, it launched a young Irish woman on a remarkable journey. Enya has reached a unique spot at the pinnacle of her profession. Like Cher and Madonna, an artist who doesn't need a last name. She's sold more than 60 million albums around the world. But she's almost never seen by her fans. Enya's never staged a concert tour and rarely performs live. A pop icon, now 42 years old, passionate about her privacy.
There are certain people who are very comfortable with being photographed every day, and there's certain people who need it as well, you know. And it's just that, to me, I never felt the need for it.
It's very hard, isn't it, to be private in the 21st century?
Well, so far, I mean, I haven't really done anything sort of outrageous, you know. I think, like, to begin with, that when you step out of the limelight, there is no kind of sensationalist stories that revolve you, then they kind of tend to leave you be.
With people reassessing their values in these uncertain times, perhaps it's the old-fashioned qualities of gentleness and simplicity, along with a soft-focus image, that have made Enya more popular than ever.
What's the image you think that people associate with Enya?
I think, hopefully, what the image is, again, it's someone who really focuses on, you know, music. When I work on music, I forget the success. I forget about the fans, the listeners. I forget about, you know, the record company, everything. I just focus on, I'm working on this, and I want to be 100% happy with the end result.
Melody made rich by the meticulous layering of sound. A soaring chorus assembled on the electronic console of producer and arranger Nicky Ryan. But a chorus composed of just one voice.
That's you singing the same thing 20 times over.
Mm-hmm.
For each harmony.
You were your own chorus.
Absolutely, yeah.
But you must remember, it's different each time. When I go in there and I hear the melody and I think, you know, what's going to suit this? So I start to sing the first part. And then when Nicky decides, right, we go for the second part or for a harmony, it's always different, you know, because...
Different as it would be if it were 50 people instead of just one, though.
Well, if you sing it one, then
you're only human, after all.
But if you sing it to 2 vocals, to 3 vocals, to 4 vocals, it's always sounding different, you know. So it's this wonderful build-up of vocals. So each time you're singing, you're building up. And it's you know...
Well, we also avoid, I'm sorry, but we also avoid the textural problem of using the same microphone. We use different microphones for different textures.
You also avoid the problem of having to pay other singers.
Well, it's a lot of time. It's a lot of extra time.
It's a process that's deeply solitary. No collaborators beyond her producer and her lyricist. What you hear is all Enya. So is almost all of what you see.
Bring the speakers in closer, just give me a second.
And for someone whose music's been compared to the sound of wind chimes with words, there's nothing ethereal about the way she works.
I'm very involved as far as like how I'm portrayed, how the song is portrayed is very important to me. There's a stage where you do storyboards, and you read the storyboards and you go, no, this isn't suited, or I'm not happy to do that. No, I won't go filming on location, which I don't really enjoy because it's just so time consuming. But once I'm happy with the storyboard, happy with costumes and the people that are surrounding me that I know, then basically I sit back and let the director worry and enjoy it.
Put the board in, and play back. Rippling, please. The rippling enough for us.
Making videos is one of her few concessions to marketing records. Tough-minded isn't how it looks when it's done, but this is how Enya wants us to see her, a solitary artist for whom privacy's been something of a personal achievement. Growing up in a family of musicians, it seemed natural for Enya Brennan to begin performing in the family group, Clannad, which means family in Gaelic. It may have seemed natural, but it didn't feel right, and Enya didn't stay long. Now she thinks going solo is what she wanted to do all her life, a lesson from childhood, when she left 7 brothers and sisters behind for boarding school.
When I went to boarding school, that was the first thing that I really enjoyed, was the independence.
You were you.
Absolutely, and you don't let go of it readily. You really do hold on to it.
You could live anywhere in the world you want, and you've been all over the world. Mm-hmm. Can you imagine not living in Ireland?
No, I can't. I can't, because much as I love other cities and other parts of the world, I feel very, very connected with Ireland. That's to do with my Irish roots, my family. I just feel that, I love traveling, I have to say, but I feel that there's a certain stage that I've got to get back, to home. I was brought up in the countryside, and it's always been important to me, the feeling of space, because that's, where I know as home. So this to me, I suppose, brings me back to, a lot of memories, childhood memories, and, I think that that's very important to me within my work. Close to home.
Now this unusual artist has a place to indulge her privacy and perfectionism, a 19th century castle she's renovated. A small one, she says, as Irish castles go.
For a first-time home buyer, it's a pretty big purchase, isn't it? Mm. How many rooms?
Originally there was 10 bedrooms in it, but we're talking about very small bedrooms, and I've kind of allocated some of the rooms, like I've taken one floor for myself, and I have an art room, I have a library, I have a music room.
You're not going to be rattling around in there?
I'll be rattling around with family and friends, it's going to be endless parties for a while because there's so many people who want to see.
We don't have to worry about Enya being lonely in her castle overlooking the sea.
No. I'm never lonely.
You're very lucky.
Enya's now living in the near-perfect seclusion of her new home and working as hard as ever.
May it be.
May It Be, composed for Lord of the Rings, won her an Academy Award nomination. Her success seems as uninterrupted as her isolation, but Enya calls it privacy and says it gives her freedom. It's the music she wants people to know, not the musician.